I think that this is my twin flame, but how can I be 100% sure that this is my twin flame? Well, the answer is it does not matter. Now, some of you might be, what? But it does matter. If they are my twin flame, I can never move on. If they are my twin flame, we are divinely meant to be together. Blah, 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 blah. I am someone who don't even look at a lot of these videos, to be very frank, because it kind of messes up with my head. So who do I listen to? Sometimes I listen to angels, sometimes I listen to my own self. So whatever I talk about is based on my experience and what I think and how I think things, how I perceive things, because most of the twin flame connection is just in my head, how I grew in my head. That's it. All right, now, why did I say that it does not matter? Because the life is not supposed to be out and in. It's supposed to be in and out. What do I mean by that? Okay, so I'll give you an example of a person. All right, there was this person who was tired all the time, and sometimes they would just sleep for 12 hours, and they would just other times they would not, and sometimes they have oftentimes cried a lot throughout the days. And that person was told by another person that I think that you might be clinically depressed, and I think you need treatment for it. For some reason there was this miscommunication, and then let's say that this person did find some kind of a report on a Google blog post. This person saw a blog post about clinical depression, and what ended up happening was this person saw a lot of signs that was resonating with them. All right, this was resonating to them, and that's when they knew that they are clinically depressed. That's how it's supposed to be. You are already who you are, and then you see the post, and then it 100% resonates with you, and now it just makes sense that, oh, so that's what I am. I'm clinically depressed. And that's how it's supposed to be for a twin flame connection too. It's not supposed to be, why do I keep thinking about this person? And then I will bump into this one post, and then that person will say that something about twin flame relationship, and I will be like, wow, that sounds like fairy tale. Let me read a lot more about twin flame relationships, or listen to a lot more audio messages or videos about twin flame relationships, and then let me see if that actually resonates in my life or not. That would be so cool. Somehow I have a feeling that that's what's happening in twin flame community, right? People are not looking for resonance. People are looking for fantasy, and they look out for, okay, why do I keep thinking about this person, right? That kind of post is fine, but when you jump to the conclusion that this is my twin flame, that's where I think everything goes wrong. Because if you for instance look at the fridge, and then the fridge is broken, and then you are like, what, I want to see what the problem is, and then you just conclude in your head that the problem is this door, and this door is out of balance. That's the problem, so we should buy another door for the fridge. You can do self work in the situation, right? That is going out, going to the store, buying a new fridge door. That's all self work. The fucking self work that's happening. Let's say you connected this door to your fridge. The problem is not fixed. And then you're like flabbergasted. What happened? I did all this work and I still didn't get any results? How rude. Maybe I have to work even harder. Wow. People are doing that for years. Oh my God. Then they go out, right? Let me buy the best quality door there is. And then you go out, do all this stuff, do all the due diligence of, I'll go to this market and that market. I will travel across the country if I have to. I'll get the right door and I'll fix it. I'll fix the fucking fridge. And guess what happens? You get the best services, best door for your fridge, and then guess what? The fridge is still broken. Let's say you wouldn't have even done this. You would have just simply gone to a mechanic, or sorry, what? Whatever the person is, a repairer, fridge repairer. You would have asked him, what's wrong with this? And then the guy would have been like, oh, the screw on the bottom of this fridge is kind of like messed up. I'll fix it, no problem. And then you're like, oh my god, that was not the door? No, it had nothing to do with the door. Your door is intact. It's good. Sturdy. Good. Damn it. Examine yourself. Examining yourself and jumping to the conclusions have two different energies. And the energies of desperation. Desperation of love. All you want is love, to be loved. And you stupid person. All you could have done is maybe manifest love or asked for love from God. But no, you also have attachment. Attachment towards that one person, towards that one ex. And you want that to be true. Now, love is angel's energy and attachment is devil's energy. Both of them ultimately helps us to go toward God. So it's fine. That's not the problem. The problem is devil may make you work your off and make you feel bad throughout the time. There will be inner dialogue all the time. While we were going to the market to get the door, oh my god, why didn't I just do this before? Or why didn't I buy the door before? Or why don't I do this? Why am I not smooth in my life? What's the problem? There will be lots of self-esteem issues too. That's what they say. And I'll tell you the truth. Every human being deserves to have a happy, love-filled, harmonious, peace-filled life. Simple to understand? Because if I would have said something like, every person deserves to be happy, you might have thought something different than that of what I mean by it. What I mean is happy, and you might think selfishness. What I mean is happy, and you might think something different. Temporary gratifications, for instance. That's ego. Gratification, whether it be temporary or even permanent, is devil's energy. Alright, I have done this angel versus devil energy so much. I can easily tell you what is leading your path. Who is leading your path? And it doesn't matter whether you are religious or not. Sometimes religious people have, I don't want to say this, but OCD. That means they are obsessively religious. That means they are religious because they have this inner stupid dialogue of, you know what, if I don't do this, that's bad. And I think that is too a devil's energy. When you're living an easy life, a life where you're just comfortable, that's where you know that you are living your angel's life. I'm not saying that there won't be pain at all, but what I'm saying is you will have calmness to you. And I've said this before, pain is inevitable, suffering is a choice, suffering is optional. So what do I mean by that? What do anybody mean by that? It's all about inner dialogue. Pain is whatever life throws at you. Suffering is taking it personally. Pain is whatever life throws at you. Suffering is fearing that this would happen again throughout the time. Even if you have solved the problem. Oh my god, what if it happens again? That's suffering. Worry is suffering. Suffering is in your head, inside of your head. And oftentimes, people surrounding you will call that out. People surrounding you will be like, you know what, you shouldn't be much tensed, you shouldn't worry a lot. And then you will try to shush them. You don't talk to me like that. And it's not very easy not to be stressed. No, it's not, but it's a choice. It starts with a choice. That, you know what, I will not be stressed anymore. It starts with a choice, and then you follow the path towards this. Whatever it takes for me to have a worry-free life, I will do that. Some people, when they research all about twin flame connections, they become more worried. Their inner dialogue says so many bad things about themselves. If I don't do this self work, I'm not a good person. If I don't do meditation, that's when I'm not a good person. Blah 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 blah. Oh my god! And as per Louise Hay, this kind of mental inner dialogue happens, and that doesn't mean you are a bad person. That's what she said. It doesn't mean that you are a bad person. It just means sometimes it takes time. You need to be patient. But what do you need to be patient with? You need to be patient with yourself, not to gain a relationship, but to gain peace for yourself. Now, do you understand what it is? So, ultimately, it all comes down to you. It boils down to you. That is what matters. And that's what I do. It doesn't matter whether you have a twin flame, whether that person is a twin flame. Are you happy in your life? Because if that person is your twin flame, are you still happy? If that person is not your twin flame, are you still happy? Or are you doing things for yourself, not pressurizing yourself and taunting yourself every now and then, or bullying yourself into self work, so called self work, in order to gain the connection? That's not what self work is. I will do self work so that I have a reunion. No. I will do self work because I owe it to myself. Motherfuckers, you owe it to yourself. To yourself. Nobody else. Do you understand? Sometimes I don't like it how my love comes out. It's mostly and always like this with anger. You owe it to yourself, not to anybody else, not even for this connection. Fuck the connection, it's gone, let it go. Focus on you. You matter. You are here. Oh my god. You stupid bitch. You're absolutely ignoring yourself. Bitch or dog, whoever you are. However you associate yourself with. You are here. That person is no longer around you. That person doesn't matter. You matter. You have your heart, you have your thoughts, you have your body. That's what matters. You matter. For this audio message conclusion, it does not matter whether you have a twin flame or not. It does matter how you have a relationship with yourself. Because you matter. It's not about, I will do self work so that I will have a reunion. No. You're going off track again. What matters is you, because you are here. That person is nowhere to be found. You are here. You owe it to yourself. You always owe it to yourself. You are responsible for yourself, but you owe it to yourself sounds better than responsible to yourself. What am I doing? Scaring you? That matters. You matter. You matter always. You matter, bitch. You matter. Bitch. Bitch, you matter. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Otherwise, I'll just keep on abusing you a lot, Bye.